You go.
Should we go?
Let's go.
Gary, if you say go, then we go. It's the 2nd of January. Happy New Year. I hope you've had an awesome evening in Joburg. And I see that production found us another workshop. Gary, how's it? This is magnificent. G&H Transport, do you know?
No, I don't. So please tell us, because we're all waiting.
I have some explosive news.
Is this going to be a bang or just a whoosh?
Well, hopefully neither. Because G&H Transport are the largest movers and most important movers of explosives in southern Africa. And
Okay.
I mean Africa from like the middle of the earth, like the equator.
So this is an
all of that
explosive
down.
show, is it?
Well, hopefully not. Because they've got an exemplary safety record, and we've got the whole family here. There's Jimmy and Gianni
You mean-
and Mrs.
You've actually got me in the workshop. Look at this. Look at
No,
this.
you
Look
got
at
us
this.
in
Look
there.
at
There's a Lambo.
this. Is it?
Gary, this is a binnet catcher of note. This thing here.
Okay, there's a couple of guys out there who want to know what a binnet is.
Well, if you don't,
Don't go there. Don't go there.
it's got silicon and unobtainium in it.
Whatever
And the unobtainium.
is.
Right, moving on, Gary.
Okay, fine.
There's a Lambo. There's another Lambo. We're going to have a check at that one
Is
over
it?
here.
They told me I can put this camera under the skirt.
We
of
can
that
go
Lamborghini.
anywhere we want to.
Okay, fine. So we
There's
go.
a Ferrari. Do you know that this is a championship-winning Ferrari?
Well, why don't we start over here and really look at this Ferrari and discuss it a little bit?
Gary, did we say where we were?
No,
I don't think we did.
okay,
We're
no,
in
no,
the
no.
G&H Transport.
Yeah, they look at it, the logo. Look at
Supercars
it. They can
workshop.
see the logo. Like we said, we'd take you to workshops, we'd find things,
Yes,
we'd
Gary,
excite you.
Gary,
What?
just look at me.
I'm looking. Focus.
That's
Colin.
that's my line.
Colin, check me out.
Gary, focus, China. So, Happy New Year, 2nd of January. It's magnificent to be back in a workshop. I see there's a whole lot of chirping going on Gary's screen here. So this is Jimmy Giannacaro's championship. He won Class C of the G&H Transport supercars in this car.
Yeah.
It's a F430 Ferrari. It's F-Quick. Do you know why they call it F? Because it's
Fast.
Do you know that cats stutter? Have you ever seen a fight with a cat and they go, go away? So this is Gianni's car, and it's absolutely awesome. Ferrari.
Have you ever looked at the roof of this car? Let me see if
It's
it
a
comes
flag.
out.
And Gary, I'm so happy that you got it the right way around. Because do you know how the South African flag should fly? The red is always at the top.
Whip, whip.
No, the red is always at the top.
You mean I could have been on the wrong side of the car?
Well, the communists won, so the red is at the top. So we've got a Lamborghini.
Is it?
Gary.
I believe. Why are these catches
Okay,
open, Colin?
I opened it earlier. So
Are
I'll
you
put
going
my
to
hands.
take that side? Oh,
Okay, hold on. Let's just check this out here.
Okay, fine. Okay.
So a couple of things about this car. And the nice thing is that we've got this tape so we can see the end here, because our lighting technicians, they got held up. They were driving a Golf 7, which is always dropped to the max put, and they got held up on a speed bump and they still caught
No,
there.
it was a pebble.
So here's the front of the splitter, and you'll see that it's curved up. We're going to go and have a look at the underneath of a car just now, and because aerodynamics is magnificent. Your friend, Mr. Bernoulli, he was another Italian, like Ferrari.
Yeah.
Go and look him up. So we've got the splitter over here. Air comes into the front of the car. We've spoken a lot about the air underneath here, and Gary, it's carbon, because carbon
It's lacquer.
it's cooler than cool. Carbon, silicon, and unobtainium.
All right. Do you need a hand here? I suppose I could.
Depends whose hand it is. Gary, this is so
Why?
light,
Colin,
I can
why,
hold it
why are
in
you
two fingers.
why are you taking the dress off?
Gary, because we're going to check under the skirt. So I want to put this down here. Gary, watch where you're walking, because if you walk on this thing, it'll break, and then Ricky will be the murin.
And I know there's a very big guy in the background there
so-
that'll come and take me apart.
Okay, so let's come down here. So the air comes along here and into the throat of the car. Now, what does this do? It's designed for some cooling.
Stick your hand in there again for me. I want to see if I can see it.
No, you can't.
Okay.
Because here, across here is the cooler.
Oh, okay.
So
that air rushes through and actually comes up
It comes through the cooler here.
Okay.
There's the radiator. It's aluminium core. It's freaking awesome. And then out through these outlets here. And then into low pressure areas, because traditionally this area in a racing car is a low pressure area.
Just show me that again, please, Colin.
This part here,
Oh, okay, cool.
at the base of a windscreen of most cars.
Okay.
So what you want to do is let the air out into a lower pressure area.
Yeah.
As long as this area here is of a lower pressure than this area here,
Okay, cool.
the air will flow from here to there.
Fantastic.
And that's what you want. If you haven't got airflow, you're screwed. And this thing will overheat. So in here, what else have we got? We've got some chassis legs. It's this is actually it's a road car that's GT3'd, so it's not like super modified.
Was this one of the super
This is a
Trofeos?
Trofeo car, yeah.
So this is actually the four-wheel drive
It's
version.
closer to a Group N car. For those of you who are wondering,
Oh,
Group
yes.
N racing used to be standard cars. So this is effectively Group N racing of today, not Group N racing of 1980 whatever, which is magnificent. We love that. But I want to say this about history.
Yes.
The English won World War II with Hurricanes and Spitfires. But that doesn't mean we must bring Hurricanes and Spitfires back now. You've
Correct.
got F-35 Raptors and shit, stuff like that now. So now we've got, this is the 2000, where are we now, Gary? 2019.
2019.
No, 19. So this is a 2019 Group N car.
Yes.
So we've got air coming in here. There's a central jack, if you can see here. And that's not the guy who runs Twitter. This is some...
That's
There's a
ducting.
technical term for this.
Yeah. What's it?
A donkey's... but I can't say it because it's a family show and you're going to fight with me. So what this does is it goes in here into the fan and then comes up into the...
And gives the driver some cooling.
So Gary, we know we've done this thing about the dive planes and...
That's right.
So why are these dive planes here? You want to take the air along here and move it up like this.
You might have just killed your microphone.
Gary, thanks for that. So,
Thank you.
this is for those
Yeah,
of you
when
who
you
heard
get
me,
when
it's
you
like
go
déjà
down,
vu,
don't dive.
as the actress said to the bishop.
Family show.
It is.
Yes, and there are children in here as well, so be careful.
Gary, you started it.
I'm warning you.
You started it. Okay, so we've got the dive planes here, and the whole idea with this is to add some grip to the front, some aero grip.
Okay, cool.
So now the next thing we've got at the back here, and because it says Lamborghini here,
is
it's
this
a
the
Volkswagen.
heart of the component? I mean, the heart component of the vehicle.
It is. This is a Volkswagen.
A Volkswagen.
Well, it's an Audi, but it says Lamborghini, so don't worry about it. You see, Gary, over here, down, it's a V10 motor. These are the coil packs. These belong to a Golf 6. And when you go to the Goldwagen, you buy them for about 185 Rand, or you can even go to an Autobahn,
Yes.
and they'll have them for about 165 Rand. They're cheaper than Goldwagen.
And if you go to Lamborghini,
It's like 1,000 and something Rand. They see you coming.
5,000, 4,000 rand.
Like a shitload, a bucket load. Gary.
This sounds like we're having an auction.
You've got to. So here's, check here, carbon fiber, it's cool stuff, aluminium oleo, because it's Italian.
Olio.
Oleo. So they have like a pizza, and then, of course, the biggest thing in the world is a Flirk with our American friend. You remember Dan Gurney? With our Gurney tab, and of course, all of you guys who are watching, you know that a Gurney tab is there because it makes, listen to the rain.
Is that what it is?
So Jose Feliciano.
I thought that was 1,000 likes we all having, you're all clicking. Hello,
So,
how are you?
Gary, we just got to, and then over here, what you got, because these slots are here for two reasons. One is you want air to bleed in,
Yeah?
and the other, it looks cool. So Gary, before we go there,
Yes.
check out here, he has a Moses big diffuser.
Yeah.
But come and have a look here. So
Now-
this is the diffuser that's off the car, this is this Ricky's car or Gianni's car?
This is Gianni's car. That's,
So Gianni's car, so therefore this is Ricky's diffuser.
that's right, yeah.
Now imagine, okay, so this thing lies like this on the ground, on the car. If the car's going this way, and there's a diffuser. But in order for you to show you what we're doing. We're going to lift it up here. So the air comes down here, and it would carry on going down. But again, Mr. Bernoulli, our Italian friend, awesome oak.
Yeah.
You've got an increase in area, and we know, because kids, maths and science is freaking awesome. And if you take the area of this, it's bigger than the area over here, so the volume therefore is bigger, and the air has to expand.
Okay.
And for the same amount of air molecules to fit the place, because the place it's going to is bigger, it's got a lower pressure. And pressure differential is what makes aeroplanes fly and racing cars go fast. So, there's a diffuser, of course it's made of carbon fiber,
Colin,
bit of
I
aluminium.
have a question for you.
Gary.
Okay? These things you've got over here.
Okay, this thing here.
Why do they put them in front of the diffuser? I mean, doesn't that affect the air going through the diffuser there?
Gary, yes it does. But life's a balance, because you can have too much silicon and too much unobtainium
Yeah.
and not enough Lamborghini for your black card to service. So you've got to decide, do you want silicon, Lamborghini or unobtainium when you've got silicon card. So we've got an amount of air, a balance of air.
Okay.
We need to cool, we've got to do a couple of things with this air. We want to develop downforce, we need to cool the gearbox, and we're going to have a really, really good look underneath that gearbox. And this shape of the duct was developed by the North American, it's called a NACA duct. North American what thing. They
So now we're in the what show, are we?
So if you know the first person to tell us what NACA stands for, NACA, the guys in America who developed the shapes of wings and stuff like that, and the shape of the duct, because they worked out, and you look at this particular shape here, when the air flows here, this is designed particularly to allow air, nowhere is this angle more than about 12 degrees.
Okay.
So the air goes along here and it flows in there and cools stuff down. So your question then, Gary, is what does it cool down?
Okay.
So here we go.
Oh look, I managed to get my camera under a skirt.
Under a skirt. Gary, I'm not sure how our light is doing here, but
light is absolutely perfect.
is it?
Yeah, everybody
Okay,
can see.
so
Say hi.
this is the front of the car, this is the back of the car. That diffuser fits in here and comes up along here,
Okay.
and that sort of stuff. Now those ducts come in here, and one of the ducts serves this thing here, and this thing here is the
Starter motor.
There you go, Gary. Now this is the gearbox,
Okay.
and this part over here has got a little gear inside it. You can see it's round, and this little black thingy here is the housing for the drive shaft that goes to the, oh no, this is the front, the prop shaft is missing in this car. So this particular car has been converted to two-wheel drive instead of four-wheel drive.
Okay.
So you save about 70 kilograms, it goes faster up, and it gives you a different kind of ride. So that's that thing here. A couple of other cool things you got to look at. Look at this lovely casting with the thin walls and all the rest of it. That's just to get the strength in it. A big fat floor, it's aluminium, honeycomb aluminium.
Okay.
So it's got a skin of aluminium this side, aluminium that side, and honeycomb on the other side. So bees not only give us honey, they give us, and Gary, this side over here. So here you've got it's a lower A-arm suspension. So check this out here. I'm going to use two hands. So you've got an A-arm that pivots there, and then this little piece here.
Yeah.
You see it's got a rose joint here. And this one, if you make it longer, it'll make toe in. Jeez, this rain is belting down, eh?
Yeah, it is.
And if you make it shorter, it gives it toe out.
Okay.
And then this little round thing here, that's the jack.
Is that where Jack lives?
Beg your pardon?
Is that where Jack lives?
Jack. So, and they're made in Germany by a company called Sachs.
Sachs makes Jack.
Yeah. And the other very good name is Schmidt, which is a German name. You know where this is going?
I don't want to know where you're going with this.
So when people say, do you know Jack Schmidt? And you can say, oh, right, I know Jack Schmidt. Schmidt.
No, Colin, we don't
Jack
know
Schmidt
that.
lives here. Right. So now we're at the front, and let's just take the cover off the car, and you've got an idea here of now's the entrance of the air of the diffuser that we spoke about earlier, and you can see how it's been, and so the air comes in here, and it starts getting lifted up around here, and as long as you've got two things close together, you've got air going in there. I love this stuff, where you can come in here and look underneath the car. Look at this beautiful aluminium casting of the lower control arm. It's just, Gary, I'm so happy. And here's a place with a Jack, remember Jack Schmidt?
Yeah.
His cousin.
And this hole, what's this hole for?
This hole. This hole here is where the front diff used to sit.
Oh, okay.
So there's a little cover that fits on here and all of that. So Gary, that's about that. And Joburg thunderstorms. We've had so much rain in Joburg recently. I'm not sure that there's any more water in the sky, but apparently there is. So now that we are back here, I've got to get my notes because our production department have been pretty slack. If you can hear us, great. If you can't hear us, let us know. And Gary will come and sit here just now, I think. And we can now talk. Gary, how cool is it to be able to, and I've got to thank.
Okay, so now it's Jimmy. I just want to wave at him because they couldn't see me. Hi, everybody.
He is here. I've got to thank Jimmy and Gianni and Ricky and Mrs. Ricky and little Ricky's kids for allowing us in here and saying to us you can look wherever. And Polish, the mechanic.
Yes. Polish
runs the show. And here comes Polish. Polish, come this side of the camera. He doesn't want to talk about So they allow us to come and look at stuff, and I think it's magnificent, Gary. So,
Squire, it's great to be back and having another show on here. And to all of you out there, thank you. I see there are so many people online, and the only reason I'm only going to start speaking to you guys now, because when we're mobile, because we go from here to another place and back down to Facebook,
technical issues,
I can't see anything. But a guy called Omar Buerta has given us...
Is that O-M-A-R or Omar as in Granny Buerta?
O-M-A-R.
So not Granny.
A knacker duck. A knacker duck.
Yeah.
Also sometimes called knacker scoop.
No.
Or a knacker inlet. Now hold on a second, I'm reading his...
No, I know, but that's what he's saying, I'm arguing. It's a knacker duck.
Is a common for a low drag area air inlet design originally developed by the US Advisory Committee of Aeronautics.
So it's
in 1945.
You correct. Now question, Omar. Cheers, Jimmy. And El Patron, Jimmy, is going. You're a star. Welcome back and Happy New Year. And thanks. So Jimmy Giannacaro it's his show. And Omar, you're right, but you're not so right. NACA, which is the North American, and what does the C and the A stand for? The C, I'm not sure, and
Committee.
The A is the administration. And the cool thing about these Americans is that they've got a website, Gary, where you can go and you can look at different sizes of NACA ducts, and you can put in there your pressure differential. There's a whole lot of tables, and it comes from years and years ago, and it's still used. So the other thing I've got to say,
yes,
happy birthday to Michael Schumacher. He turns 50 next year, tomorrow,
yeah.
Which I think is absolutely awesome. And I truly hope that one day we'll get to see Michael out and about. Polish. That is so not right. Polish is showing us some unobtainium at the moment.
Yeah.
And it is unfair.
And then he consumes
in
front of us. He consumes unobtainium.
Right. So happy birthday to Mickey the Shoe. And then I've got one of the biggest things. Gary, have we got our executive producer?
Everything's ready. Are you where are you going at the moment?
I was thinking of deviating from racing cars.
All right,
going to the water series.
Okay, I'm gonna ask production to please put up the video Please put up a video of Reggie Roots.
So, and the reason we talk about Reggie Roots, he is the fastest flying Dutchman in the world. So what does Dutchman do? He takes his missus, Dagmar, and he enters the Gullis rubber duck race last year, and he takes Mrs. Reggie, and they go and they race rubber duck. Look at the screen now. Donate, please. He did this for the Spaniels. And Reggie will just take a screenshot of that thing. That's where you've got to look at, guys. These Spaniels need your help. It's a Spaniel rescue center. So Dutchman takes his missus and they get a boat. They get some sponsorship from Motor, but mainly from Atlas Copco.
Okay.
And a whole bunch of other people. Infanta Inflatables and Yamaha. And Dutchie takes his wife Dagmar and they go and race this thing. And they do really well. But on day 2 or a 4-day race, Dagmar did something, and because Dutchie wasn't driving so good.
If I may ask at this point in time, okay, they're in a rubber ducky, and you always said two.
Yeah.
Now, Dagmar would be sitting on the front of the boat.
Dagmar's in the front,
okay,
holding onto a rope, hoping that Reggie doesn't drive like a poople. And he's sitting at the back with hanging I beg your pardon, hanging it wide open, as only Reggie can do.
Okay.
There's no mirrors on this thing, so he sees the gap and straight through the gap. Anyway, it's magnificent what they did. She breaks her knee. Now I've got to give you the list of injuries.
She breaks her what?
Reggie abuses his wife on the boat. She's trying to keep the nose down and what?
Okay.
Reggie's got it pinned, so Dagmar gets hurt. She gets her ACL medial tear, an MCL.
Is that in the knee?
Meniscus tear. Her knee is FUBA. It is destroyed. Now the thing is, Reggie.
So what happens when they come to the beach? Who runs up to the end point?
Well, so
Reggie.
what is Dagmar's hard as
Don't say it.
nails. She's a proper. She's a trooper, a real great
She's
chip.
a magic woman.
And she's half of this team, and her job is to go and do stuff. So she does it. She goes through the pain, she troops through the pain, and does it. So Reggie, you owe Dags big time. And I just want to tell you this again. Reggie is mad about animals. Well, he's mad, but he's mad about animals as well, and particularly dogs. And he's got he does things to help animals. He's a better human being than most of the people I know. If you can help an animal, do me a favor, go back and look at Spaniel Rescue, because his Spaniel's name is Daniel.
Daniel?
Daniel the Spaniel.
Okay.
And you know what he calls he's got a Dachshund. You know a Dachshund? That's a dog that's very long and very low. You know what he calls it?
What?
Well, those of you who like Afrikaans, embrace your brain. Long laagte. So it's long and low. Anyway, so Dagmar goes into an operation Thursday. Reggie, you're going to have to do all the washing and the ironing and the other stuff yourself. Remember, when she comes out, she's going to have crutches and she's going to mud you stucken if you don't do what you're supposed to do. So well done. And guys, please go and donate to the Spaniels. Spaniels need your help. Right. So that, I think it's... Oh, by the way, Infanta. You make the boats.
As in cold drinks?
No. Infanta. They make boats, Gary.
Oh.
They make rubber ducks. They won the mod class. They won the pro mod class. They won the pro stock class. There's a whole lot of classes. I don't know shit. I mean, nothing about it. And anyway, they won the manufacturer's thing. So Infanta, if you're ever going to go and race rubber ducks, get an Infanta. Reggie they won the pro stock, which is basically like the Westbank modified formula. Okay. Stocks is like Group N. So they raced stocks last year, now they go pro stock. Knowing Reggie next year, he's on a modified and pin it, brother. Pin it.
Just before you go on, there are so many people out there online, I think they must all be on leave. I think you know the only guys at work.
Well, we have to, because we're here for Autobahn and for G&H Transport Supercars.
But just to all of those, just quick one, okay? Just to all those guys out there that are wishing us Happy New Year, because that's all they're actually doing. So all the comments are Happy New Year, Happy. Guys, thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
And hold on, the guy with that Nakadak thing, I wasn't knocking you.
It's Omar Buerta.
Omar, I appreciate the time, the energy that you took to respond to us. Frickin' A, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it. Anybody else? Want to say hello to-
I'm just saying hello to everybody because there are so many guys who we will like, we will comment, and I will write to you guys just now. But all the best, just from Macam Sullivan, he says all the best for 2019. How about visiting a rally car builder's workshop? It's
Gary,
on the
we've
cars,
spoken,
brother.
yeah, we've
It's on
spoken
the
about
cars.
this. He wants to go and watch rally cars. I don't. Because rallying in South Africa at the moment is full of 1,600 cars, front-wheel drive cars that go me, 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 me. And they go nowhere and make a mud of a lot of noise.
And you know
However,
what? You know what he wants me to do? He wants to take me to an electric car that goes all day long. Can you believe it?
yeah, but they foster it.
But we'll bring them all
I
to you.
love electric cars. Electric is the way of the future. Just before you all trash us, work with me on this. Right, so the other thing just about
Okay, listen, we better stop giving tips away. because
Transfer
Charles Renzi says he's catching all the new tips over here.
Oh, great stuff.
You
Shawl,
Yeah.
we can, if you want, we can go to Shawl and we can like...
Okay, I'll tell you what. Since I mentioned it, let's just go there. I'm going to ask production, please put up that video for me of the Aston Martin that I sent you.
Because,
And the reason for this is,
tell us, Gary, tell us.
SA Motorsport is running a competition for all of you guys out there that are like crazy with designing stuff on computers and CAD and all that sort of stuff. And the competition is as follows. They want to, and you guys can see the Aston Martin over there, it's got 000 on it.
At the moment it's black and white.
Yeah,
but they
it is.
don't want it black and white.
Yeah, but they're running that competition, and what you have to do for the to enter the competition is design, using the 3 logos that are on the bottom of that thing, must be incorporated in design, to re-wrap the car for 2019. But
So
now,
that's Motul, and who else?
it's Packard Racing Brakes
And Pirelli Racing
and Pirelli
Tires.
Racing Tires. Now,
And Motul Racing Oil.
yeah, now the winner of this competition, the competition closes on the 26th of January.
So
Okay.
end of this January.
Yeah, this year. The winner of this gets a ride in the Aston Martin.
So Gary, if I win it, can I drive it?
Then you and I can go live from the car.
I
How's
want to
that?
sit in the left seat.
In the left seat.
Yeah.
It is left-hand drive, isn't it? Sure, come, let's organize this, brother. We need to get him inside the left seat. Otherwise, maybe we can get them to put you in this 4x4 over here.
Gary.
Yes, right. I'm listening.
So, going into the competition, design the color scheme for Charles Packard, Pirelli.
Yeah.
What is the other one, Gary?
Motul.
Motul.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
And
can
guys,
design his car.
when the show's finished, I will put the link that you have to go to actually enter the competition. So think about what it is, design the livery that goes on this car, and let's make it rock. And I have seen
back old school, back in my blue book,
your blue book. Okay, cool. All right.
because
so,
I forgot to mention Aquila Private Game Safari, who are the sponsors of the Transagalis. So if you're in somewhere close to, I don't
has
know,
Aquila
like
got
Turner's River.
nothing to do with the Aquila racing car?
Yeah, one works, one doesn't. The Aquila Game Farm works. The Aquila Racing car that's in South Africa doesn't work. Sorry about that, chaps,
No.
but I'm harsh. So something else
Where's
that's
Ricky?
happening.
Okay.
We'll go and find him.
Well,
'Cause
no.
Ricky's in the soundproof booth.
Okay. Ricky, come. We want to talk to you.
What else is happening now? Dakar.
Okay. No. Let's go to what starts. Okay.
the Raw
the
for
first thing
24.
that starts on Friday is Raw. For those who don't know what Raw is the test session for the Rolex 24-hour. And if any of you saw it, Calvin van der Linde was on a plane early this morning. I had a chat with him, by the way. I'll tell you about the chat now. Calvin van der Linde was on the plane
Ricky,
this morning on his way to
Come
Raw,
sit with us.
and I made contact with
Gianni. We managed to get Gianni out of Tasha's. Sorry. So I know I interrupted you. I do this often. I'm sorry, Gary. Gary was in mid-flow and I screwed it up. Gary,
You know what? I think I'm going to get Polish over to sort you out. Then I don't have to worry about it anymore.
I'm going to take something and I'm going to put it. So Polish is chief mechanic for G&H
Okay.
Transport Supercars.
Now I'm just going to ask this chair to come a bit closer to me, and
Yeah,
that chair can
because-
come a bit more
because
closer.
production are saying to us,
Now,
guys,
you see, I forgot what I was talking about.
No,
Oh, we were talking
you-
about Calvin.
you were talking about Kelvin and Sheldon
No,
because
no, hold on a
Sheldon's
second.
news comes at the end of the month.
Hold on a second.
Gary, I'm
So
spoiling your party.
in speaking to Sheldon, he's back in South Africa at a specific time, which we're not telling you, and we will have him live on the show.
Because he's gone to America.
Yeah,
Wow.
and he's doing the Rolex, testing for the Rolex 24-hour. Then he arrives in South Africa, he's here for 1 or 2 days, and then he's off to Dubai, does the Dubai thing, and then he's off to Australia,
Does the
does
Australian
Bathurst,
thing, yeah, round the
and
mountain.
then he ends up back in Europe racing Audis.
Yeah, we're not talking about that's Kelvin, because now
That's Kelvin, no,
we have
see.
news.
But
There is- there are developments.
who's riding in the similar things to him is another South African, Jordan Pepper.
And David Perrell.
And David Perrell, yeah, but
Gary.
I did try and make contact with Jordan. Unfortunately, he was unobtainable today, but I do believe I will get hold of him tomorrow. And secondly, Sheldon van der Linde has got awesome breaking news. It will break in plus minus 2 weeks' time.
Did you use that B word? You said breaking.
Yes.
I was just wondering.
I just wondering where you think if B was going.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, and that
Silicon.
breaking news,
Carbon and unobtainium.
it doesn't start with a B.
But it does. Gary, it does.
Stop, I'm busy.
Unobtainium and silicon leads to B.
Listen,
A to B.
I'm bringing the Russians in to sort you out shortly. Okay?
I've got a Polish friend who'll sort you out.
But just quickly, when Sheldon's
Can
here,
you
we will have him on the show, plus minus 2 weeks' time, and your guys will hear the news live on our show. Now, we have G&G sitting with
Okay,
us.
so now the trick.
Yes.
You know I've got Alzheimer's, Gary.
You have?
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
and I've got butterflies in my head. So I remember 2/5 of 5/8 of nothing. So let me just get this right.
Just remember, you've got to stretch a long arm here.
We've got Ricky and Giancarlo. My Italian's getting better.
It's getting better. Well, slowly but surely. Yeah, all working on it.
So you guys are Lamborghini twins this year. And Gianni, you haven't raced a Lamborghini because you had a limp wrist last year.
Yes.
And now you're back in it. Tell us a story about your Lamborghini.
Well, first of all,
No, you've got to keep it close, as the actress said in the
oh, sorry. Ooh. My Shoal Arangis and my dad, they managed to work out something for me and put me in a Lambo for this year. Hard to walk away from BMW for the last 8 years, but yeah, I'm happy to move to the Lambo. And yeah, I took a testing in December now. Yeah, on the 16th of December, I took it around Kailami. Different car. It's phenomenal. It does everything I wanted to do when I wanted to do it, and yeah, I'm looking forward to racing this year. It's been a hectic last 2 years for me, but now with the Lambo, I'm up to the challenge of it and going to give it a bash.
So I need to talk into that thing because so the Lamborghini comes out as a four-wheel drive car. You've left yours four-wheel drive, and Ricky, you've changed yours to a two-wheel drive. So I just want to talk. You prefer the four-wheel drive, Gianni?
Yeah, look, I prefer the four-wheel drive. I managed to drive around it, and I found it was very, very nice to drive. It handled and it did what I wanted to. Look, I drove Ricky's car as well. Like I spoke to you earlier, I didn't have the seat time in Ricky's car to do an equal comparison, but I'm going to leave mine four-wheel drive for now. I do think, after seeing the results that Shoal had with the car, it worked.
This is the car that Charles drove in the PE race and did rather well in it.
Yeah, he won at Pekisa and he won in PE.
So, Ricky, you've taken your front-wheel drive out and you've left a two-wheel drive.
Yeah, why not? Let's go for a new challenge, I guess. I mean, I'll be honest, in the beginning we struggled. Towards the end of the year, we didn't get enough seat time with the car, but found that the four-wheel drive had a lot of understeer, which is a given in a four-wheel drive car, and we just couldn't seem to get around it. I had Gavin Crenier come out and drive the car. He did a couple of setup changes on the car, and it worked better. But yeah, we did our homework, and the guys in the States reckoned the car was better without the front-wheel drive. And we've left the rear-wheel drive. We've shed, I think, 85 kilos on the car.
That's like, I wish I could shed 85 kilos now because I've become a bit of a porker over Christmas.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think power to weight, the car's going to be better now. I mean, we also took it in the beginning of December. The BMW Car Club were nice enough to host an event at Kailami.
How does BMW let an Audi onto their track?
Whoa. Let's put it for the record.
Sorry, a Lamborghini.
It's Lamborghini. It's thoroughbred, purebred Lamborghini. never mind what the chassis says or what badges are underneath. It's a Lamborghini. When you look at the car, it's a Lamborghini. If you're telling your mates that you drive a Lamborghini, you're driving a Lamborghini.
Oh, absolutely. No, I'm fully there. I think it's freaking awesome. So,
I think before on that front, we'll have to approach Autobahn and Goldwagen. Hopefully, someone's going to be watching the show, and you know,
They're watching, no worries.
there's a lot of Audi parts that are interchangeable on the Lambos. Just saying they come cheap.
asking for a friend.
Yeah, they come a lot cheaper. I mean, you know, it's just a given. You know, if you take genuinely, we went and we looked on the Goldwagen and also guys like Autobahn. The parts are readily available. I mean, that's a 2-liter Audi TSFI coil pack, Audi S4 drive shaft. So.
Well, Ricky, we've got some connections at Autobahn, and for those of you who know by now, Autobahn is the largest, well, it's the fastest growing affordable
Parts accessory.
parts. Gary, I was just getting my ducks in a row as they were flowing through
I'm
my
doing
mind.
to you what you do to me.
Well, it's-
Interruption.
Oh, it's cool, Gary. Without you, I'd be nowhere, and I appreciate all the help. So, you guys watching Dakar this year?
Oh yeah, damn right we are. Team Janelle the whole way. Let's see the Toyota perform a miracle this year, I hope.
Are you also Team Janelle?
I'm Team Toyota. Ideally, I would love to see Leroy back in the car. But realistically, I think the Toyotas have got a good chance this year. Take the fight to the minis, and let's hope that South Africa does proud this year in the Dakar.
I love that. So, guys,
I think they've got a big challenge. The privateer factory Peugeot. Yeah, I mean that's
Is it spelled capital P-R-I?
yeah. I think look. I think Sebastian Loeb and the Peugeot is going to be pretty fast, and you know, you got the likes of Cyril Dupre and all that in the minis. But let's hope Janelle. I mean, let him fly the South African flag high, and let's bring this home, huh?
So the good start of it is that they arrived. They are in Lima. Sources say they had a very good breakfast this morning, but there's a bit of an issue with some of the sea freight, where the sea freight got delayed because as it does, and the real issue is Overdrive Racing, who are Hallspeed's partners in this venture.
Yeah.
They've got new trucks this year. So the trucks haven't been built up and kitted out.
Okay.
And there was magnificent collaboration between Kyalami and Belgium, and lots of CAD designing of the racking that goes into these vehicles. So the racking was built in Joburg, put in the container, and shipped to Lima. The trucks are there. They're coming off the ship tomorrow morning, because today the guys arrived very early this morning. They were in Lima before 7, and they started building up Bernard ten Brink's car and Janelle's car. These are the cars that flew from Joburg to Lima, and they fly in a pallet, and it's designed just short enough so they can fly in a passenger plane, and it fits with like centimeters to spare. So the thing, it flies with its wheels underneath it, and we've spoken about that before. So they'll unbox it, get rid of the paper, the bubble wrap, and take all the gunk out of the inside of the car, the spares, the bodywork, and it's a lovely time. There's a whole lot of things going there in the Toyota, the distributor in Lima, so they've got a lot of space. They're busy with that. So they'll build those 2 cars up tomorrow.
3.
2 cars tomorrow, Gary.
Oh, okay.
Because the third car, NASA's car, comes on the boat.
That's right, yeah.
So that car comes out of Europe. It didn't fly from Joburg. It's on the ASO boat, which is docking during the night, and it'll get unloaded tomorrow. And then that car it's gone through scrutineering, it's done its tricks, it's built. They'll just drive that bit down to the thing and do the basic prep, and then go and test with it on what's
Friday.
today? On Friday.
Friday,
They're
yeah.
testing with Janelle and Bernard tomorrow. And in that testing, all they're doing is, has the car been built right? Are the dampers, because they tested not in Lima's sand, they tested in Dubai and the Kalahari sand. So they'll test the dampers and then also frame the drivers and give them the experience closer to, because they haven't driven the cars for over a month, and they'll frame them in that test and just do all the last minute. Yeehaw, the thing is good.
Oh,
So
okay, cool.
that's what they're doing. The Redline Motorsport cars are there already. Terence Marsh has been.
That's the Nissan boys.
Yeah, the Nissan guys with Variawa, and Gary, the beautiful thing about this is we just go back 2 pages, because you know how I forget names, and somewhere in here I've got the names, but I can't read it at the moment. So the Nissans are there, and the South African bike boys, they have to wait because their bikes are all on the boat. So the boat comes tomorrow, and then they go. So that's it. And the biggest note I've got here is, don't forget the Spaniels.
Talking about
Rescue.
that, Reggie's has come online, and he says, thank you very much for the support. So I just thought I'd pass that message on to you, because
He's a good soul, that Dutchman. Let me
Yeah.
tell you. He's a proper man. Respect, brother.
And then to you guys, Peter Zeely says, wishing you an awesome 2019. Thank you to G&H for sponsoring the best series in South Africa, Extreme Supercars. And from our side, I'd like to say thank you guys for sponsoring it, because you give us some of the most exciting things to talk about, because the cars are awesome.
They really are, and particularly where you notice it. There was another series that you guys were, the G&H Transport Supercars, were racing at Zwartkops, and to see these Lamborghinis and Ferrari and Aston Martin and the Porsche come down the back straight, it's chilling. Do you guys actually realize what you do for motorsport?
I don't think we actually do. You know, a lot of people tell us. I think it's purely, we do it out of love. I mean, you know, this is our passion. And, you know, I think we're fortunate enough to put a bit of money behind it in order to sponsor an event solely so that we can go out and enjoy it ourselves. You know, it's not just solely a marketing tool or something. I think it's basically, you know, my dad's got, you can see this whole thing.
But let's not take the marketing part of it, Johnny. You've got, I think in total, 200 odd trucks, and the biggest explosive movers in the southern hemisphere in Africa. Am I right?
No, that's correct. Yeah, we've got a little bit over 200 trucks now, and yeah, it's a cutthroat business, but
And your job is not to make the stuff go bang.
pretty much. You know,
That's King Google.
yeah, if my day is consumed, you know, I talk to mates of mine all day long. You know,
At Tasha's?
No. You see, my mate's from the Vol, so he tends to not go to Tasha's. So we talk on the phone for a while, and then we discuss race cars. That's pretty much my job during the day, you know.
So there's no like gym, or do you go to Fart Club?
Oh no! You know, there's no fight club. There's none of that in this place. Yeah, it's purely what you see is what you get.
Guys, thank you very much. Appreciate what you've done and what's happening. Look forward to an absolutely awesome year of seeing Lambos, Ferraris, Aston Martins, Porsche, Mustang. Gary, what else is BMWs?
McLarens.
There's McLarens. Think GTR. I mean, what other formula offers? I'm getting goosies already, bro.
And I thought you were just getting cold because the rain came down.
No, Polish is causing trouble again.
Okay, listen, just before we go, because I've got to stop certain things and that, just to let everybody know, the first big race starts on the weekend of the 26th of January, which is the 6 hour of South African Endurance Series. That takes place at Bekisa.
Welcome.
The following weekend, we see the G&H Extreme Supercars on track at Zwartkops.
And the following weekend, we go to Cape Town.
Correct. And then do it again. And then the following weekend, a weekend and two after that, we're back in Cape Town again.
Cool is that? Guys, you've got to go and do your stuff.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks a lot for watching us and joining us for number 47 of Wave Yellow. We didn't have a theme apart from silicon, unobtainium, and carbon fiber and what it brings you and the minutes that are involved. Thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy. We'll see you next week. Cheers.